This week, the Saints named Demario Davis their nominee for the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year Award for everything he's accomplished on the field. What he's done off the field is at least as impressive. This holiday season, our parent company, Tegna, is profiling players across the NFL who have impacted their communities in a positive way. Demario Davis has in a huge way, and he is our hometown MVP. Demario Davis was such an influential and positive voice for change that after he left to come to New Orleans, Bronx public defenders presented him with the In Pursuit of Justice Award.
There are many people that are in jail just because they're poor. Over 40% of the people in jail right now across our country are there just because they can't afford to pay bail.
And Demario Davis has scored a series of wins. He teamed up with Vote NOLA and former St. Ben Watson to restore voting rights to ex-felons who've been out of prison and out of trouble for at least 5 years. Davis has become a recognized and respected force in bringing about change in the criminal justice system, and he only got involved in it a few years ago after watching a documentary on Netflix called 13th.
I mean, mass incarceration was a problem going on in our country, and I wasn't aware of it, until, 4 years ago. And when I became aware of it, I was alarmed because many of the stories I could relate to or connect with, and that moved me to change. And then when you really look at the statistics of how many crimes are violent crimes or high-level crimes, is less than 20%. When you really look at the numbers, you're looking at around 70, 80% of crime, minor offenses, or low-level or non-violent offenses. We can reform our system in a way to handle these situations a lot better.
And among the reforms he has fought for, to require unanimous jury convictions in Louisiana.
Louisiana is one of just 2 states that does not require a unanimous jury of 12 to convict. That means that 2 jurors can believe a person is innocent, and yet they would still go to prison. This is wrong.
Davis recorded this public service announcement in October of 2018. A month later, Louisiana voters approved the amendment Davis was fighting for. And his most recent win back in August, the New Orleans City Council passed an ordinance to better fund the public defender office.
Just because a person is poor, they shouldn't go in the courtroom and face any other situation than anybody else who is innocent or guilty. It shouldn't be based on how much money you have. It shouldn't be based on, your skin color, your ethnicity. It should just be based on right or wrong, and that's what a true justice system would be.
And that's what he's fought for, a true justice system, one that's fair to everyone. And he says the wins have come because people have listened.
And so at the end of the day, when somebody has to go home and look in the mirror and realize that they're standing on the wrong side of history, or they're looking at a situation and they're actually on the wrong side, that they're in favor of oppressing people, I think, nobody wants to have that on their conscience. And it's forcing people to say, you know what, I need to do something to help bring about change. And you're right, there is an uneven playing field, and we need to work to make it better.
Davis actually moderated a forum with New Orleans DA candidates, and he says he does see a wave of more progressive district attorneys running for office both here and in his home state of Mississippi.
I just feel like I'm doing what I'm called to do. I see a problem and I go and try to help. I just feel like that's the right thing to do. I don't feel like it's anything stellar or amazing. And I just try to be a good human being. I just feel like that's what you're supposed to do. And at the end of the day, all I want to hear is God say, well done, my good and faithful servant, because I did what he asked me to do.
And for all of his work in the criminal justice arena, that's just part of what Demario Davis does. Since COVID lockdowns began, his foundation, Devoted Dreamers, has put on a long series of workshops and seminars to help, especially students and young women, manage the new environment. It's great stuff that is coming up next Sunday night. We're back with more 4th Down on 4 in a minute.